Cubs fans, you got to be fired up. Home opener set for tomorrow. The way that the Cubs are playing after taking 3 straight, a sweep of the Oakland A's. But what's the catalyst behind it? Yeah, it's Kyle Tucker. Should the Cubs extend Kyle Tucker now or start working on it? We're going to get into that. Seiya Suzuki riding the Tucker effect, and the Cubs get set to take on the Padres in the home opener. Good start to the season. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Let's talk a little Cubs baseball today. And don't forget, I always love to hear from you guys in the comment section as well. So get in there and comment away. All right, let's get this thing started. 1, 2, 3, and go. What do you say, everybody? I'm Mick Gillespie, lifelong Cubs fan, and obviously covering the team in the organization 20 years, and so still doing that. And appreciate all of you guys that are new here for being on the channel and hanging out with us talking Cubs baseball. Opening day at Wrigley Field. There's not a better place in the universe for baseball, and it's going to be exciting to see the Cubs and the Padres go at it tomorrow. Now, let's talk about what's going on right now with the Cubs coming off of that sweep of the A's. Now, I don't know how good the A's are. When you look at the schedule, we knew it was a tough schedule to start the season, and I still believe that. But, with the way that the Cubs played against the Dodgers, looks like the Dodgers are beating everybody right now. Maybe that's not so bad. And then, they would have won the series at Arizona had they not blown the game in the 8th. But what I like to see is that the hitting's starting to come around. And the thing that I worry about most with this team is the offense. And that was what really seemed to me be the biggest problem that they had last year besides the bullpen, right? Equally to me, too many shutouts, too many games where they couldn't score runs. Well, right now, Kyle Tucker is absolutely killing it. He had 4 straight games with a home run. That was a personal record. He leads the MLB in a bunch of categories like hits and doubles and RBIs and total bases and all of that stuff. For a guy hitting over 350 right now with 4 home runs, it changes the way that this entire lineup works. And this is Juan Soto type of ability here. No wonder the Cubs gave up so much to get this guy. And I think that what we all feel collectively is this guy's good. I get it. I think you guys get it. You got to extend him, because if you let him walk away, you're letting the Astros walk away with your first round pick, all-star, another starter in their rotation, the Bellinger trade, I call it the sell-off, the Bellinger sell-off. And then, the players that you traded to get Paredes, right? But if you sign this guy, if you extend him, make him happy at Wrigley, the way that he swings the bat is absolutely legitimate, man. I mean, you watch him, the way he attacks. Some of you guys were worried about him at spring training. I kept telling you, don't worry about spring training. It's practice. This guy's turned up to juice, and he's a force in the lineup, and he's making the other players better. So I think it's really important for the Cubs right now to go ahead and extend him, or at least try, and he might not even do it, but if you can somehow put this guy in your lineup for the next 8 years, I think you're not doing a bad thing. I think that's why he's going to demand so much money. You look for these guys that consistently show that they can hit. And I know some of you guys in the comments section have been saying that. I am not poo-pooing the trade. I'm just telling you that you gave up a lot for a 1-year guy. You have to get this guy extended. It just has to happen, or you've given away all of these other pieces that could have helped you win. But he's making the team better too. Look at Seiya Suzuki right now. I mean, coming off of another big game, we've seen Seiya, kind of take over before at the beginning of last year, before he had the injury running the first base. He to me was an MVP candidate, and we're starting to see that again. The power, driving in runs. It's almost like, and I think that this is a way that baseball's always been, and I've been on teams, growing up, or you play around great players and they make you better. It's not just that, hey, they're a threat in the lineup. It's also because you watch them every day, how to attack pitching, what their swing path looks like, what their thought process is. great players make other people around them great just by going out there and performing and seeing what is possible. So I feel like that. And also for Seiya, not worrying about the outfield. Never a great outfielder in the United States. I know he was a Gold Glover in Japan, but it just hasn't translated. It could be the way that the stadiums are here. Maybe he doesn't see the ball. I don't know what it is, but I like him at the DH spot. Stay in the DH spot, Seiya. Healthy and fresh. Just sit there and swing, sit in the dugout, make people laugh because you're a jokester, and keep the clubhouse a little light. Same thing with the dugout, right? So Seiya Suzuki doing well. Cubs are off today, as you guys know, and then tomorrow they take on the Padres. And this is like I said before. I mean, this is what you love about baseball. Opening day and an opening day at Wrigley Field is the best, right? That's going to be a 1:20 game tomorrow, just like it should be, and they'll take on the Padres. It'll be cool seeing Shota Imanaga, right? Get the start and pitch for the Cubs. He's honestly earned that right. And he, by being the all-star and the best pitcher that the team has, I think that the players gravitate to him as well. And so that's what we're looking at, Shota Imanaga against the Padres. Who's pitching for them? I'm going to tell you guys here in a second. Randy Vasquez. So it's Randy Vasquez, who last year was 4-7 with a 4.87 ERA. And then, obviously Shota Imanaga coming off of, just not I want to say his best stuff, but you're seeing the fact that everybody was worried because of the analytics that he had less of this and a little less of that in spring training. And I kept saying, look, man, spring training is that some of these guys they're not going all in. And so you just gonna have to go out there and just let them do their thing. And when the bell rings and the real games start, when the real bullets fly, let's see what happens. So anyway, that's the show for today. How about these torpedo bats? I was calling them bowling pin bats because the barrels are fat. But there's a new pitch, and I want to talk about that on our next show that Jameson Taillon is throwing, and some of the pitchers in baseball are throwing to try to counteract these bowling pin bats, these torpedo bats. And you can Google and look at them. I mean, I guess we could put one up here too. But I'm going to tell you guys this. The game could get better because of these bats. And the reason why is that changing speeds and location instead of trying to overpower everyone, makes the game better. And because of these bats, if pitchers feel like, hey, I'm not going to throw it by everybody anymore, and they start to pitch a little more, it's going to be, just for us baseball purists, a little more enjoyable. And some people could call it like gorilla ball, where you just go out there and you're trying to hit a home run every time and you're trying to strike everybody out. These bats, the hitting's been on a downward decline. Pitching's been, these new bats could maybe flatten that out. And I was kind of waiting on Major League Baseball to jump in and basically say, hey, this, we're not doing this. I don't think it's going to happen. I think they are probably looking in the offices right now going, you know what, this could be these bats. And let me just kind of go back and tell you guys, if you didn't know, players have these bats now that are basically designed for their swing, and then they make the barrel of the bat fat, right, where they swing and hit the ball, where the analytics show that their swing path is. And it's making hitting a little like the ball jumping around the yard now. Guys are getting a lot more hits. So offense has been down. These new bats could maybe make offense good, but it's also going to change the way you pitch. And that's my point. Like change ups, you talk about being able to kind of keep guys off balance more. And, so I'm going to talk about the kick change pitch in another video, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up on that. But this is where I get really excited when we get back to baseball again. And it's like, well, this doesn't look like the bat that we grew up with. Yeah, but guys weren't throwing 105 back then, So, like, whatever it takes to put the ball in play, I want to see it. see more guys making great defensive plays. Watching everybody strike out all the time isn't fun to me. All right. Like, subscribe, thumbs up, get in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think. I'm pretty excited. I got to tell you, I've never been skeptical of the Tucker trade. But the stakes, and I've said this before, the stakes are so high for this guy to perform, and he's doing it. And I know it's early, but I really think that the Cubs should be working on extending him, get him locked up, make him the face of the franchise that we've wanted, and then build around him. And when I look at the roster right now, if you can get contributions from Matt Shaw, Pete Crow Armstrong from the catcher position, which they're getting early, it could be a good team. And that's what I hope. And pitching has been solid except for that hiccup in the bullpen in Arizona. But anyway, guys, we'll do it again later. Like, subscribe, thumbs up. Opening day, dead ahead. Go Cubs.